Hey, hi friends, welcome to my channel and welcome to a brand new series of Linux 50 plus shell script real-time scenario based interview question and answer guys. So friends, I am starting this series because there have been comments are coming, sir, please provide the Linux shell script interview question and answer. So here I am guys. But before, let me take you through my playlist. If you remember guys, I have almost completed most of the topics in Linux shell script, right? If you know, you can visit my channel and just go to the playlist, and there you can find Linux shell script beginner to expert level course. So here you are able to see that these are the videos which are having almost all the parts here. You can see, right? Day 1 up to day 14, and it's also having the real time projects also, right? Today onwards, I am starting this series where I am going to provide you the real time scenario based interview question and answer, guys, right? Friends, let's start the session without wasting much time. But if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for all the latest notification, guys. So, friends, let's start with question number one. What is the purpose of using shebang at the beginning of a shell script? So this question has been asked multiple times in the interview, whether you are going as a fresher or a experienced, right? So the first line of a shell script is basically a special case, friend, and it is followed by a pound sign. Means you are telling that under which shell this particular script is going to run, whether it's going to be a bash shell or whether it's going to be a KSH. Let me take you through one practical example, then you will be better understand, guys. So you can see this script, right? The script starts with the first line, that is nothing but it starts with a shebang line. You can also call it as a pound sign followed by a exclamation mark. And then we have mentioned the path of bin bash, means ultimately you are telling the script under which shell this script is going to execute, and this is basically a special case, friends. And here pond also we use it for to comment a script, okay? So and then you can see, and ultimately as soon as you execute the script, my friend, so it's going to execute each and every line in the script. So the first line it's going to execute, that is basically a special case. We also call it as a shebang, right? Followed by a exclamation mark under which shell this particular script is going to execute. And then the date command will execute, then the W command will execute, and then finally du-sh command will execute. So let's run this script and see the output. So you can see clearly it's printing first of all the date, and then finally the W, and then finally the du-sh, right? So friends, let's move on to the question number two, that how do you define and use variables in shell script, guys? So basically in shell script we define variables in three ways, guys. The first one is basically your, I would say, the environment variables are there. The second one is basically your user variables are there, and the third one is your command substitution is there. But here the question is little bit tricky, so you need to pay attention while you are giving answer in the interview, friends. So you can see he's just asking you how do you define and use a variable in shell script. So he is basically asking you the user variables, and user variables in shell script we can define by text string up to 20 letters, digits, or underscore character, guys. And these user variables are case sensitive, so please remember, don't use any uppercase or a lowercase, right? So it has to be taken care. Let me take you through one of the practical examples, so it will be easy for you to understand, my friend, right? So here you can see how we define a user variable, right? So always the line, the script will starts with your shebang line, that is pond exclamation sign, right? And under which shell it's this script is going to run. And here you can see this is the variable one, I would say the days, and we are assigning the value 10. The variable 2 is guest, and we are assigning the value Manish. So whenever you are going to print echo, we use in shell script to print something, right? And then dollar guest means Manish is checked out of the hotel dollar days ago, means 10 days ago, right? The next time again we are assigning the value days. Variable we can use multiple times the same variable, but the value we can change, right? So here you can see the next time the value we are using for the same variable, that is 5. and the string, what the name, basically the name here, string is here is nothing but it's a name over here. So this is why I have told you that a user variable can be any text string up to 20 letters, right? It could be a name, it could be anything, right? So here I'm using the name as an string and I'm assigning to the guest variable, and then I'm printing echo dollar guest is checked out of the hotel dollar days ago, right? So as soon as you print this one, so you can see the output what we are getting over here is Manish is checked out of the hotel 10 days ago, right? And the Kiran is checked out of the hotel 5 days ago. So like this, you can use your user variable in your shell script, guys. But at the same time, I have told you there is something called environment variable. So if you wanted to know more about the environment variable or the user variable or the command substitution, so I'll put the link in the I button where you can go through my course, Linux Shell Script Beginner to Expert Level course. There I have explained everything in detail, guys. But just to show you, just do a echo over here and then give dollar user. So basically, this is a, I would say, this is a environment variable, and these are the system defined variables. So there are some predefined variable which is already defined by a shell script, guys. So these are those variables, right? Now, friends, let's move on to the next question. This question is very, very important. And even in the mock interview, if you remember with Devi Prasad, I have asked this question to him, right? So the question is question number 3. What is the command substitution in shell script? So this is very simple and easy. As just now, the previous question I told you there are 3 ways to define a variable in shell script, right? First one is your environment variable, the second one is your user variable, and the third one is your command substitution. So command substitution is what? This is the ability to extract the information from the output on a command and assign it to a variable. So basically what we are doing is, for example, let me clear this one. If you are running this date command, so what I am going to do is I am going to assign the output of this date command to a variable. That is what called command substitution. And the same variable you can use throughout the script at any point of time in your script to execute, guys. Right? So let me show you the practical example of this one command substitution, guys. So friends, here you can see clearly, basically see, this is what the variable is testing. But if you have to mention command substitution in your script, there are 2 ways you can do it. Either you can use the backtick character, or you can use, see, that is what I have used. This is dollar and then this brackets. Under this bracket you need to mention the command, Linux command, basically. So this date command I am mentioning under this dollar, under this bracket, right? So and this value I am assigning it to this testing variable, and then finally I am printing echo, this is the date and time info, and it's going to print, then only it's going to print this date command. So what I am doing over here is, just try to understand with this definition, is that I am extracting the output of a command and assigning it to a variable, guys. This is what called command substitution. I hope this is very clear for you. If you are not clear, please do comments. I'll answer your question. Okay. Now you need to ask me, Abhishek, then how you are defining this variable with the command substitution. So again, another example of this one. Suppose if you run this, if just run this one and see what output we are getting. So you are getting a simple output over here is, this is the date and time info and you are getting your date over here. But if you are not mentioning this date command with the help of a variable, I said 2 ways, a backtick character or with the dollar, and in the brackets you need to mention, then only you can use this command substitution variable. But instead of that, so here you can see I have not used any backtick character, and even though I have not used any dollar or bracket over here, I am directly assigning this date command to this testing variable. So in this case, just see what output we are getting, friends, over here. So now you can see it's returning the same string. It's not returning the date command output over here. So this is how you can use a command substitution in your Linux bash shell script, guys. So friends, let's move on to the question number 4, that how do you read user input in a shell script? This also I have already explained in detail in my Linux shell script beginner to expert level course, and under the topic user input, right? And I'll put the link in the I button. You can go through that one, guys. And even this question also I have asked in the interview, right? So it's very simple and easy, friends. So how do you read user input in shell script? So basically we are going to use a read command over here, right? And you need to, suppose if you want to read a name, right? Or if you want to read a string, okay? So you just use a read command over here. So whatever the input you are going to provide from your keyboard, it's going to read in your shell script, guys, as an input. So friends, let me show you a practical example of this read input over here, or basically you can see how you can read a user input in your shell script, right? So you can see there is already a script which I have written before, right? And even in my course also you can go through this one, friends. So here you can see, right, echo, that is I am printing hyphen n option, right? And enter your name, right? So basically I am reading the user input, okay? It's basically how a read command works over here is, the read command is going to accept all the standard input, whether you are going to provide from the keyboard or it's going to be from your file descriptor. So basically here as of now we are going to provide the input from the keyboard only. So read command is going to accept that one, and according to that it's going to assign that particular value to a variable, that is name, and that name is going to print in front of your CLI, that is command line interface, guys. So right, so here again try to understand that read command is used to accept the standard input in your bash shell script, guys, right? And that is what the answer of this question. Whenever it has been asked to you in interview, please answer like that: how do you read user input in your shell script? That is, with the help of your read command we are going to accept all the standard input in your Linux bash shell script, guys, right? So let's execute this script, and you just do run this one script, ask name.sh, right? So here you can see clearly it's asking the name. So if I am going to write down my name, Abhishek, right? And it's going to print, hello Abhishek, welcome to my script. So you can see the value read we are using as an standard input. With the help of your keyboard, I am providing the standard input with the help of keyboard. It could be your file descriptor also, right? So I hope this is very clear to you guys. If it's not clear to you, please go through my complete course, that is Linux beginner to expert level course. You will understand this one, right? So friends, let's move on to the next question. That is, what are the exit codes in shell script? This has been asked multiple times, whether you are a fresher or experienced, guys. And this is very simple answer for this question is, so whenever you execute a script, I said, whenever you execute a script, if you see here, it starts with a first line, that is your shebang, under which shell this particular script is going to run. But whenever you exit a script, okay, it has to exit with a exit 0. It has to be some exit code will be there. See, if I run echo and then here I am going to run dollar and then question mark. So you can see the script exit with a 0 means there is a successful completion of the script. This is what the question is all about here, my friend. And the question is that what all exit codes used in shell script, and this question also I have asked in one of the interview with Devi Prasad, if you guys remember. So whenever you see a exit code 0 means successful completion of the command, 1 is general unknown error, 2 is misuse of shell command, right? 126 command be executed, 127 command not found. It's quite similar to whenever you hit a URL, you see there are different error codes will be there. If you see 200, right, whenever we hit something, right, and then we are getting a return of 200, okay, means you are hitting to the server and you are getting the response from the server. Similar way, in a bash shell, whenever you are executing a script, the script has to exit with a zero, means the successful completion of the command. If the script is not exiting with a zero or something, a different code will be there. So why we are using this one? To debug the script where is the exact error, right? And friends, this I have also explained in one of the example while I was explaining the first topic of your Linux shell script, that is checking the exit status. That you can mention your own exit code also, right? So you can see that this particular script I have commented the exit is 5. So here you can see, let me uncomment this one to show you how a exit code works here. So even you can define your own exit code to debug your bash shell script, guys, right? So here you can see I am just going to uncomment this exit, and instead of, like, I'm not mention anything like previously, just now you have seen zero we are getting. It's a successful completion of your script, or you are executing the script, right? But here I have explicitly mentioned a value 5 over here. So this is how you can check also whether your script is executing line by line or not, right, guys? So here you can see, as soon as I execute, let me execute the same script, right? So you can see I am getting the result as a 30. But whenever you are going to run the same command, echo, and this is also one interview question, friends, that what do you mean by dollar question mark? So basically it's going to tell you the script exit status of your script, right? So once you execute a script, so you can see here explicitly I have mentioned to debug that it's executed the last line of this particular script. The last line of the script is what? The last line of this script is exit 5, right? So this is why whenever you print this one echo dollar question mark, so it's showing you 5 over here. So I hope this is very very clear for all of you guys. Please remember all these exit codes, and this will be asked to you in interview at any point of time, right? So friends, let's end up the session here only. Thank you for watching this video. For more videos like this, just stay tuned to my channel, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel, and press the bell icon for all the latest notification. Till then, just do take care of your loved one. Bye bye and Jai Hind.